G'day team, welcome back to another video, and in this one we're going to be continuing on with our financial modelling, and we're going to start looking at future value annuities. Alright, so this is a part of the Hazy 12 General Textbook, and we're now looking at chapter 7C. So this is going to be involving our compounding interest that we've been working on in the last couple of chapters, so hopefully you guys are all over that. If you're not just yet, head back over to the previous video in the playlist and get your head around that before jumping into this content. So once you start saving for large things in life like a boat or a house or a car, it isn't too realistic for you to deposit a large sum of money all at once into an account. It's not very often that you have $10,000 and you're just going to go bang right into the account. All right. So often people will deposit a regular amount into an account. Compounding interest will add further to this, and this money will grow, okay? And it will grow to a value called a future value annuity, all right? So this is what we're going to be looking at today when we are slowly adding a regular amount to an account over time. So let's look at an example of starting when we have no dollars at all initially in our account. So suppose you start with nothing and are able to save $2,000 per year. At the end of each year, you deposit this $2,000 into a bank account that pays 5.5% per annum interest, compounded annually, okay? What is the interest earned after 4 years? Now, if you don't have your calculator on you, or a graphics calculator, I should say, that has the ability to do these calculations for you, I would recommend setting up a little table that looks a bit like this. So period 1, we're looking at a starting balance of $0. We've earned $0 of interest on that. We're going to deposit $2,000 at the end of the year. So that means our balance at the end of the first period is $2,000. Period 2, so we're starting with $2,000. When we calculate that interest, so using our compounding interest formula, we make an interest of $110. We're also adding another $2,000 to the balance. So all up, we have $4,110. We're now going to use that $4,110 as our new principal value in period 3. You'll see that we make an interest of $226.05. Adding another $2,000 on top, we have a new balance total of $6,336.05. And then finally, we're going to take that value, find the interest on that, which is $348.48, add another $2,000 because it's the end of the year. And then you see that our balance at the end of 4 years is $8,684.53, okay? And that is exactly what I have written down here, okay? So because the question is asking what is the interest earned after 4 years, all right, so we have made 4 deposits of $2,000, okay? So the interest earned is our total balance at the end of the paying periods, taking away that 4 times the deposit of $2,000, okay? Which equals $684.53. The other way you could do that is summing up this column here, all right? So that's how you do it without a calculator. So as I said, you can find the future value annuity using technology. So this is the instructions for a Casio graphics calculator. I'm sure TI-84s are fairly similar. So if you head to your menu and bring up your grid, you will see that there is actually a section that says financial. So I want you to click on that, and then we're dealing with compounding interest. So you're going to click F2. You will then come up with a page. So this is where we pick out the information that we're looking at and input it into this section of the calculator. So I deposit $900 each year into an account that pays 7% interest compounded annually. So part A, find the value in the account after 20 years. And then part B, what was the interest earned over the 20 years? So you should have on your calculator these 6 items. So N is the number of years, okay? Depending because ours is compounded annually, it's just 20. If it was compounded monthly, then it would be 12 times 20, okay? So it's that KN again. But because it's compounded annually, our year is 1, so we're left with 20. Our interest rate percentage, so we write that as the whole percentage. So if it's 10%, we'd write 10. Because we've started with 0, okay, so we've got started with 0 initially, so our initial value equals 0. And our PMT, all right, so that is how much we're depositing every time, is negative 900. So in your calculator, because it's an investment, you are actually handing over $900. So in hindsight, you're losing $900. So we put a negative here. And then P over Y and C over Y would depend on your payouts. So if it was monthly, then it would be, so it's paying per year, so it would be 12 over 1, so it'd be 12, and then your C over Y would also be 12. In our case, because we're only paying out that once per year, they stay as the value 1. So then all you're going to do is click whatever function button has our FV on it, and it will just give it straight to you. So FV, so our future value, is approximately equal to 36,895.94. Therefore, after 20 years, the value of the account is $36,895.94. So that is part A done. Part B, what is the interest earned over those 20 years? So interest equals our total balance at the end, so 36,895.94, sorry. Take away the $900 we deposited 20 times, okay? So that means our interest earned was $18,895.94. And that's part A and B done. The next example is finding either the principal value or the interest rate, and we can do that on the calculator as well. So the next example I want to look at, so I want to donate $5,000 to a cancer foundation. So I've set myself the goal of having the funds in 4 years. So I'm going to deposit money quarterly into an account that pays out 6.35% per annum. And as I said, it's compounded quarterly. So how much should I deposit quarterly to hit this target within the given time frame? So we need a breakdown. So what I'd like to do with these questions, because you do have to write out your calculator input, especially in a test, I would write out all of these items here and input the information we know. So our N, so after 4 years and it's compounded quarterly, so we've got 4 times 4, which is 16. The interest rate is 6.35%. We initially have $0 in the account and our target is $5,000. Because it's compounded quarterly, we have 4s in our P/Y and our C/Y sections, okay? Because we want to work out how much I need to put in quarterly, we are looking at this PMT value here. So you're going to select whatever function relates to the PMT section. So PMT is approximately equal to negative 276.95. And remember, we're rounding to the nearest cent. Therefore, I must deposit $276.95 per quarter to reach my goal of $5,000. All right, so depending on what you're trying to find in the calculator is what function button you push. Be careful about changing these values here, all right? Depends on how often your interest is compounded, okay? If you're happy with that, beautiful. Please have a crack at the questions in 7C, all right? And we'll see you guys next time for another video. Thanks, guys.